It's the morning drive. It's Mira Business FM. My name's Tim Elliot. Good morning. And you are maybe watching us at mirabusiness.fm. Could be with us on YouTube where we are streaming, or Facebook, or LinkedIn, or Insta, or Rumble, or Dailymotion, or Twitch, or who knows, but wherever you are watching or listening, welcome. info@mira.fm is the email address to contact us, and to contact us directly in the studio here, whatsapp.mira.fm. Type that into your browser. It will bring up the WhatsApp box. Get in touch. Subscribe and let us know what you think. We do appreciate it. Now, entrepreneurial success next on the program. This is an extraordinary story. It's the story of Lourds Adalia, I should say, Evertse. I hope I've got that right. I'm not looking at her on purpose, just in case I didn't. But she is a Filipino entrepreneur who didn't just survive the pandemic. She used it as an opportunity to successfully launch and scale her restaurant business here in Dubai. Grew it to 3 branches, employed 45 fellow Filipinos who were kind of displaced by COVID, and has earned an international award into the bargain. Now, that is turning a crisis into a commercial success story. Lourds, lovely to meet you.
Hi, thank you for having me here.
Let me just ask you, in your words, we were talking off air there, how do you rate yourself out of 10 today?
Actually, 9.5.
Ah, well, that's good news. I like this because we were talking just now, just to give some context to this, we were talking about greeting people and engaging with people and stuff like that, and you go to work and you don't say, how are you, and kind of quickly move past the guys that you work with. You ask people to rate themselves, and in doing so, you start a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Because if someone answer 5, then it's a worry for me because something is going on with that person. Then how can you engage? How can you help his or her day better?
Yeah, that I think is a really good thing. I'm going to use that. I hope you don't mind if I steal it.
No worries.
Let's start with you, Lourds, because you first came to Dubai as a fresh graduate. You're a young person looking to, do something with your life, looking at the future, like lots of expat workers that come here, of course. Talk me through the early days, first of all, when you first arrived.
Yeah, so right after college graduation, I came to Dubai with my sister. In a Filipino community, once someone is working abroad, then the others will follow. That's how we are in our culture. So when I was 19, I knew already that I will go to other country. I will go abroad. And then, I started from the beginning, meaning, I started looking for a job at young age. I came at May 2007. So, it's going towards the summer. So I experienced handing over CV and then having an interview to hotels, to offices. And so I got a job in the hotel as a receptionist. And then, it didn't work out. I moved to another company, which I work as an admin. And then recession happened during that time. So I lost my job, look for another one. It's like a journey of looking for a job and one another to another. And then I got my break when I became a founding member of one of the largest business setup here in the UAE. So I was a founding member, and we only started 2 owners and 2 employees.
Okay.
So that's how it started. And then over the course of time, we have grown the team to to hundreds of employees. So I think that's how I gain most of my experience in a corporate world, because then I understand how it is to set up a business. What are the do's and don'ts? And, I've seen like big companies started small and became, a big company now.
It gives you the opportunity, doesn't it? If you're really in what do they call it? In with the bricks in a business, you get to experience all these different things and bank kind of the memory of that, the experience of that.
Yeah, that's true. And I think if anyone are listening who are an employee right now, so try to learn everything when you are in that company, because later on you can use that knowledge when you start your own business.
No, absolutely. So you're also, I should point this out early on, we've been talking about this over the course of this week. I don't know what's happened in here this week. You are number 6 in our ever-increasing list of triathletes
Oh,
in the
really?
studio. Yeah, I don't know what it is, literally every day. Faraj is nodding behind his desk there. He's actually online trading. He's not pushing any buttons for the studio. He's buying and selling. But we've had, I think, a triathlete every day for the last 6 days. It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's unbelievable. So congratulations on that. So you go through all of these stages. You get to the level of chief operating officer for this
Yeah.
business setup company. And then you decide, I'm going to do something else. And then it's COVID. So timing wasn't on your side, was it?
You know, I always say, even if you plan things in your life, even if I prepare, it took me over a year to finally quit my job because it's something that I have a stable job. Why will I quit? A lot of my friends are telling me, are you crazy? Why are you leaving your job? But I believe that I told myself, I don't want to be forever employee. You know, you have a goal. I have a goal. One day, I want to be an entrepreneur also. So I planned things, I resigned, and then I co-founded the restaurant Spice Grill in Al Majas Waterfront in Sharjah. Then we signed up the lease and everything. Who would have thought when I left my job and we're doing the construction, COVID happened, lockdown happened. So did I get stressed? Absolutely. But the thing is, you know, the resilience of never stopping. Because why will I stop? I quit my job already. There's no turning back. Then it's either you do 100% or you just cry. But in the end of the day, it's a matter of you being brave. Just go for it. Because that's how life is. Life is hard. It's never going to be easy. But it's up to you how you put in your head, how you will survive that. And over the course of 5 years, I strongly believe that, you know, we have overcome, we have grown into 3 locations.
I love that because I'm kind of swept along with you there, but not many people have that kind of attitude. A lot of people would, okay, so you leave a really well-paid, great position, it's a great corporate job, you're at the top of the tree kind of thing. COVID hits, nobody knows what's going to happen, and none of us did at that time. It was a completely different time. You're trying to fit out a new restaurant, it's a new business. A lot of people will be like, oh,
And
that's
it's 250 seating. So I'm mad. We're crazy.
I have to say, I'm going to back you up on that because you said that first. I mean, that's lunacy, isn't
Yeah.
it? There's a lot of pressure
Yeah, it
with
is.
that, but it's the way you adapt to that pressure. And I'm interested in, you know, your mindset, your ability to deal with that because I'm not sure I could. For sure.
Anyone can. I think it's a choice. Being ready to do something, it's not a feeling, it's a choice. So I made a decision to quit my job and start a business. Then definitely, depending on that person, you can also make your own choice.
So good to hear, so positive for an early morning. How did you get to the point where you successfully launch, you know, the physical restaurant? You expand it to 3 branches. Because at this time, particularly when you first opened the restaurant, you know, lots of food businesses were shutting down.
Yeah.
It was a real struggle, wasn't it?
Yeah, so 2020, when we opened the restaurant, so of course we had a PR company on how we will launch our business because I believe that you need to have a powerful story, why people will love your brand. So that's the time when we hired a PR company and we were having a brainstorming. And then when we said, you know, the staff that we hire are the people who lost their job during pandemic. And they said, that's your story. Don't launch like 2 Filipinas because I have a co-founder who's a chef. Don't open a restaurant that there are 2 Filipinos who open a restaurant during the time of pandemic. Use that story because people love story. People will support when everything are closing down, you're doing something great. And yeah, that's the start. But actually, uh, over the course of 3 years, it took 3 years for us to expand. Because when you're a product of pandemic, it's not like the following year you can expand immediately. We thoughtfully and carefully decide okay, we're stable in Sharjah. It's a 250 seating. The location is good. We establish our footfall there. Then on year 4, that's the time we expand in Al Ghurair Mall. And then in the beginning of the year and towards the end of the year, we expand in Dubai, Burjuman Mall. Because when you establish your presence in Sharjah, then it's time for you to move in Dubai. Again, it's a mindset of not rushing things. You plan accordingly because I've seen in the restaurant, they are so well known on the first year, they expand rapidly.
Yeah.
But you need to carefully think about this. It's not always about rushing things.
Yeah, it's not about overexpansion, is it? I kind of get you. But the thing is, so you have a great story, and you're helping people from the community, which is a good thing to do. And I guess you've got staff that appreciate that, and that goes into the business as well, which is a good thing. But you have to have a strong core offering. It is a restaurant. The food has to taste great. It has to be a place that people want to come to. So what was it about the offering that really worked and continues to work?
Yeah, number one is the restaurant. It's about experience. Meaning, when you go to the restaurant, you'll feel home, and also the way how we present our food. There is a wax paper on the table. We dump the seafood. You eat with your hands. So it's about connection with someone, because you can go to other restaurant and you have spoon and fork. You start taking your phone and chatting. But this is about, you have gloves. You start talking. It's connection with your family. That's number one. Number two, I think one of our assets is our team, because we carefully select our team who will fit in our culture. Meaning, you will see when you go to our restaurant, I'm proudly say that majority of my team members, they're happy. We have high Google review, because it's about when you enter in the restaurant, if you see that the person is, not greeting or not smiling, you can feel already whether that person is happy in the workplace, because that's very important.
The service makes a huge difference in restaurants. No, it does. So it was a decision, wasn't it, to have this kind of ethos about the restaurant, this kind of style that, you could be messy. Don't leave your phone on the table unless you want it to be covered in seafood juice. I get that. But also this decision to hire Filipino staff, from your community. That kind of cultural element there. People who'd lost their jobs, that focus, I think, is really important.
Yeah, when we interviewed over 200 applicants, we've heard all their story. Like, they're not getting their salary, they couldn't send money back home to the Philippines and stuff. So we were touched with all their story. And by the way, most of them are working in a five-star hotel, in a big restaurants. So imagine, those are the people who are really well-trained and lost their job. They are thinking of going back home. But giving them the chance, it's something that, we're really proud of. And I remember one of the employee during the pandemic, so we hired them. We were training them, and she got an offer from one of the big hotel in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
And then she told me, no, I'm not going to move, because when the time that no one is helping me, Spice Grill were there. And now, even though I have a bigger offer, I will stay with you. And as of today, she's still with us.
That's a nice thing, isn't it? That must make you think, this is I'm doing the right thing. I'm in the right business. Okay. And let's jump to September this year. The significance for you, you won a global FWN 100 award. So you're the sole recipient from the UAE. Congrats, of course. But what does this award signify for the Filipino community in the Emirates?
This FWN award is an organization based in the USA. So they are recognizing Filipino women who excel in their field, in leadership, and who's contributing in the community. And one of the awardee nominated me early this year. So when I received the nomination, there is a panel interview. So it's not just, okay, Lourds, you're selected, you go to the US. No, it's a meticulous panel interview, checking about your background. What are you really like adding value to the community, or inspiring others, or have you added anything in the Filipino community? So yeah, and then when I got in, I believe that it's an opportunity for me. It's a once in a lifetime that I should go there. So I received the awards in San Francisco, and it's something that I'm proud of, because I never thought that majority of the members in that organization are like Supreme Court judge, Filipino American in the USA. So it's like famous actress in theater. So to be part of the group, it's something that I'm proud of, and it's something that, if you want to achieve something, you work hard towards it.
The thing about these awards, isn't it, that they're aimed at Filipino women in business, so it's recognition for a number of things, for leadership qualities shown, for innovation, for community action, community engagement. How did you feel, though? 'Cause you go through the process and you get there, you get the award. A lot of people are a bit, awards, I don't know. How did you feel?
Yeah, I think it's about, if there's an organization, you need to see also who are there. Like who are in the board member. We have a famous lawyer from the Philippines who is a board member. So the credibility of that organization, it's there already. And then going through the process of interviews, it's more of checking what I have done. For example, I have contributed in terms of my work from the previous company of helping entrepreneurs during their business setup. And then second, when I help majority of the Filipinos during when we opened the restaurant during pandemic. So again, it's another helping in the community. And then my story of being a triathlete, because for me, I was a smoker for 18 years. I quit smoking 3 years ago and started running a marathon and doing triathlon. So again, I added value in terms of inspiring others.
Okay, what led to the kind of life change? You know, the quitting smoking. What was there a moment where you thought, no, I've got to change here?
Uh, I, I always tell myself, if not now, then when? When I quit my job, if not now, when? When I quit smoking, it was an addiction that it's honestly it's difficult to stop. But I said, I don't want my kids to think that smoking is normal. So it's either I quit now or not. Then I quit smoking and then I started doing running. I joined running group in Marina. And then, we always aim for more. I signed up for 5K and then 10K. Then I didn't sign up for 21K. I jumped to full marathon. That's how a goal getter I am. Then I said, okay, I signed up for a local race. No, I'll make myself crazy. No, I'll sign up for Berlin Marathon, world major. Then I told my husband, come with me, support me for this. And he said, I hate running. Then he started running also. So I think start from your home. And now I'm doing triathlon. I did 70.3 and I signed up for full Ironman next year. And my husband has just finished T100 earlier, last week.
So you're a person who's kind of, your feet first, don't you? In you go, jump in, give it a go.
Yeah, it's like have a goal. If that's your goal, then what you need to do, no matter how you reach that, just work towards it and then make sure you'll reach that goal.
Let me go back to the business for a moment because I'm interested in the challenges. You have to manage operations across a number of locations, Dubai and Sharjah. You've got to think about the quality of the restaurant. You've got to think about running the business. You've got to motivate staff. Sounds like that's kind of a given with lots of your staff. But talk me through the challenges and how you handle those challenges.
One is to make sure to train your heads you're in charge in each location. Because I cannot do all. I'm not gonna do micromanage and checking what's the temperature in the kitchen here and there. So we have a training program for the heads. We also I also have make sure to have a weekly meeting with the heads. So I start from the top. So making sure that whatever I teach them, they will delegate it to the rest of the team.
Simple as that.
Yeah, because you don't complicate things.
I see. I was expecting lots of different answers and motivational speeches, but I love that because it's just I tackle it head on and I delegate. Well, lots of people don't do that, I think.
Because if we're thinking so many things, your mind will gonna be all over. So just think of one thing. What do? I make sure to talk to the heads every time.
I love it. I love the smile as well. So let me talk about the future a little bit. We've got a couple of minutes more. What's next for you, first of all? I've read a little bit about you getting into the drink space. You've got a healthy drink for kids coming. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so, okay. When I'm cycling in Al Qudra, so I have my own headspace, 2 hours cycling in Al Qudra, I told myself, what's next? I want, the Spice Grill is already established. You just need to maintain. What's next? And then I said, I want to solve a problem. So I'm thinking, what problem can I solve? And I remember my kids, they love soda. You give them 5 dirhams, they go to the supermarket and buy soda. I said, there should be an alternative for this. So, I did a research, and then I did a focus group discussion with parents to back up my idea whether if there will be a healthier alternative soda drinks for kids with no caffeine, no added sugar, and with vitamin blends, will they take it? Majority of them said yes, because you cannot avoid them having fizzy drinks or what. It's just be mindful or be careful what you give them. So, and then I spoke with Flavor House Company, and I managed to get the recipe. The problem now is, I spoke with different factory here in the UAE. If you're not big names, the MOQ or the minimum order quantity, they're not going to give you. They want like hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
For a startup like me, it's very difficult because this is like we're going to be funded by me first, building the brand. Would you believe that I'm going to fly to Muscat over the weekend to meet the factory there? So that's how driven I am.
Well, having talked to you for, 15 minutes, yes, I would believe it, to be completely honest. It
So,
really
yeah.
doesn't surprise me. So that's your next thing. But it's not as though, you seem to meet, issues with that kind of an issue is an opportunity, a problem is an opportunity attitude. That seems to be
Yeah.
how you face things.
It's like this. If you want to start a business, think of a problem. Uh, think of a problem that you need solution. That's how you should think about it. And then over the course of time, when you're building it, there will be a lot of problems. But again, it's your mindset. How are you going to deal with it? If you, like for example, if I spoke with 3 factory here, if I stop, then it's not gonna happen. But I never stop. I keep sending emails and checking. And then one company from Muscat replied to me. I said, okay, I'm gonna let's deal with this. Let's have a contract, and then I'm going to.
Well, good for you. Muscat's very nice at this time of year as well, so fair enough. Final question for you. We're nearly out of time, but what motivates you, Lourds?
For me, my motivation is my mindset and my goal. Meaning, like what I tell you earlier, like it's the end of the year and it's a good opportunity for everyone to think about your goal for next year. So whatever your goal for next year, just work towards it. Take one step at a time and don't compare with others because your journey is different from my journey. And that's the problem with a lot of people. It's too much drama. Let's forget about that and focus with yourself because that's what I do.
Well, I'm hoping that you'll come and visit us once the drink's up and running, once you're back from Muscat, and join us again. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. Lourds Adalia-Evertse is the co-founder and managing director of Spice Grill UAE, joining us here at Mira Business FM.
Mira Business FM, your daily guide to the markets, money, and more.
And our guests. Now, it's the business of food here on Mira Business FM. Next, Dubai, the UAE, the food scene's become, I think it's reasonable to say, one of the big draws for tourists visiting, because you name it, we've got it. So kind of time to look into the strategic business decisions behind the success of another local eatery, Naimas. Dabo Pamplona's the chef. He's the MD of Naimas Cafe and Bistro, and he's here. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, me too. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Very nice to have you here. So I gather, chef, that Naimas means delicious.
Yeah, it is.
And that's the northern Philippines,
Yeah.
I'm told. Okay, good name for a restaurant. So you are trying to redefine Pan-Asian cuisine. What does that mean?
Oh, so basically, we know Filipino food most often. Have you tried Filipino food before?
I have, yeah, a number of times.
Okay, great. So, as me, I work here in Dubai for past decade. So I started here since 2012.
Right.
So I would just share a short story why I become a Pan-Asian Filipino.
Sure, please.
So I came to Dubai 2012. And guess what? That's my first major job. After my internship in Philippines, I moved here and work in the Jumeirah group.
Okay.
Yeah. And that time, I was working in La Parisha. So it's a Latin American restaurant. But the good thing about it, I noticed, is the diversity of colleagues. It's my first time being abroad. And I'm working with Latin American, with Ethiopian, with Nigerian, with one Vietnamese, and Indians in Sri Lanka, and surprisingly, from Philippines, that my culture is Filipino, and traveling to Dubai, a different culture. Then I see Dubai, a superlative country, who's open for new ideas, a new thing, and I feel this city that. Wow. So being an authentic, it's good. But as an artist, as a chef, like as being live in Dubai, you need to find ways. Like we are in Dubai, we need to to surprisingly adapt the culture and make new things. And that's uh, I get the idea to have the Filipino diaspora being a Southeast Asian cuisine. I was like, I've seen a lot of places in restaurant, a Southeast Asian cuisine, and it's managed by Malaysian, Indonesian, Thailander. And when you eat in the Southeast Asian restaurant, you will eat, obviously, of course, a dessert. You will see how their culture with their dessert. And when you go in the Southeast Asian, Pan-Asian restaurant, Thai food, you will end up with mango sticky rice, right?
You will.
So I was like, oh, Filipino food, uh, our desserts is really good. So we have a lot of desserts in Philippines.
Right.
As you know, we get like a lot of cultures. We've been in American cultures, we've been in Chinese cultures.
There is a real mix. You know, it's interesting you're saying this because I was talking to Michael the other day, our producer here, and Michael is a huge foodie. He loves his food, and he was telling me about sweet spaghetti. And of course, I look at him and I'm like, "Are you insane? What on earth is sweet spaghetti?" But then he explains it, and he said exactly the same as you. So many. I guess Filipino people have a sweet tooth, maybe more than
Yeah.
maybe other nationalities. I don't know, but so many desserts was the point.
Yes,
You'd
yes.
say, yeah.
And just to add on, so what happened is, the goal is, I wish you will end up, while you dine in a Filipino restaurant, you will have a good dessert. Like, you can have chocolates. You can have, right now, I bring for you our chocolates. We have,
I know we're very excited about
yeah,
that. by
it's
the
a
way.
chocolate mousse. And that is like, Filipino have chocolate mousse. I was like, we don't have really authenticity. But the thing is like, people change, people grow, we find flavors. But the most important is when you eat something, you will remember something about it. It's not about good food that always I eat new food. Oh, I love it. You eat potato fries, but when you eat potato fries, you remember something like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Most of my Filipino diaspora doesn't just talk about food and flavors, but for me, a good food, you will remember something you are with that time. You are eating, you are drinking beer at Amsterdam, you will remember, oh, I was with Chef Dabo that time, we were having fun.
Yeah.
And that's good food is.
Do you know?
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. It's funny. We had another chef in the studio the other day, and it was exactly the same thing. And I said, look, it's food is a little bit like music. You know, you hear a song that you really love from your youth, and it takes you back to the year and the time and maybe the situation you were in when you were listening to it. Food is like that as well. You know, whether it's, you know, the best dish that your mother made, you know, that comfort kind of food, or an amazing restaurant you went to, or a particular French fry in a particular country. I was in Belgium in the summer, and the French fries, awesome. Sorry, chips, I should say French fries. What am I like? I'm losing my heritage. But that's the thing. It's the experience of it as much as, and the feeling of it as much as the taste almost. You
Yes.
think?
Yeah, it's for me. It's obviously it's all about textures. So first, when I do something, I start with textures. So when you bite something, that's what it reminds you. The flavor will just add on next. Example, I have here the chocolate mousse, you know, and we don't have chocolate, but the texture of this is we have yema in Philippines. So yema, it's a dessert that composed of condensed milk.
Right.
And it's too sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I did is naimas in the north region in Philippines where they serve baterol. So it's a mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, they call it Baguio. So usually when I travel to Philippines and vacation with my family, we always like pop by there and try baterol, a hot chocolate drink. So manifesting that, I want to do something that reminds me of my culture. And for that to do that is I need someone texture that will reflect our heritage, and that's Yema. Yema is you can buy in a sari-sari store. Sari-sari store is a convenience store, like really small bakala in
Okay.
Philippines. Like every 5 houses. There's a one bacala.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. And you
Gotcha.
can just purchase this yema, you know, this yema.
I feel like I'm in the Philippines talking to you at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, I, I, I love when I'm doing food, like I love like looking back. Yeah, uh, not because that's my habit, but the thing is like, it's pushing me. That's my gas. Yeah, to do good food, like for right now, when you want to do a great food and an inspiration, you just Google it, YouTube, or ChatGPT, or many access.
Sure.
But the thing is like, what we're doing at Naimas, it's so hard. It's like we need to gather something that is not just unique. It's not just like to be trendy or hype. No, you need to touch. Like when we do this, it takes for us like 2 weeks to do it, like continuously. And I cannot do it alone. What I did, I called one chef. Hello, Chef Joel. And bro, I need help. I need a good texture about it. I need a nice, moist chocolate cake. And, talking about his experience and culture and ideas. Then what I did, I shared with my boys. Naima stuff is all over the Philippines, from north to south.
Mm-hmm.
We're totally mixed. Our culture is totally mixed. Like
Okay.
maybe you heard about like Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
I'm aware, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
as much as I should.
and the funny thing is like all of us in Naimas, we're all Filipino, but we have all different dialects
Okay. Okay.
and culture and grown ups. So the good thing about it, when we do something new food, so I let my team to taste it because one is from north, one is from south, one is from the Muslim region.
But I think
Yeah.
that's really important, If you work in a restaurant and you're not a fan of food or you're not tasting the food, how are you supposed to recommend the food to the customers? How are you supposed to build up any? One of the things I've noticed about you is in the 10 minutes that we've been talking is that how people say I'm really passionate about something, and very often I think I'm not really sure you are. People use it, but you haven't said that. But it's very clear that you are very passionate about what you're doing about food, but just because of the language, because you clearly love what you're doing. You're doing the thing that you should be doing. Is that fair? Do you think? Seems to me anyway. That's the impression I get.
Yeah, 100% you're right. In addition, it's like there's a lot of chefs in Dubai. Many I get inspired of. And what I'm doing is it's very simple at Naimas. It's Southeast Asian food, it's European food, or it's Western food. When you're doing something about food, like do it simple and just make it really a good food, and that's it.
You have to mean it, don't
You
you?
need to mean it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not. It's
yeah.
not about
Okay.
what country it is, what's the history of is, but the most important is it good food? It is nice. It is delicious. I will pop by again to a restaurant. Yes or no? Yeah, that's really what we are doing. And just to share about Naimas, we are really like we want to be like very organic in the way that I'm a type of person who doesn't want to like just hi can you publish us or like that follow me or make it really like
You
hype.
want people to discover you
Yeah.
rather than having to overly
Yeah.
market. You don't want to create a hype. You just want people to come in and think, that was tasty. I'll tell my friends. I'll come back. That's what you're
Yeah.
looking for. Okay. No, I like that. I mean that's fine. What was the thing that you came here and you worked for the Jamira Group, but what was the spark that made you think, right, I'm leaving the security behind, I'm leaving, the monthly salary behind. What made you launch Namus?
Oh, I've been a part of Jomero Group where the how you call it a starting team where we open one shop,
Right.
then we will create the menu. So many years that Jumeirah Beach Hotel they do renovation.
Okay.
Then I'm always a part of the team who opened the restaurant. Then I've seen how they do it, from corporate, top to hotel team, to uh, to all the workers on the bottom line who do all the skilled works. And I get excited. What if one day I get my own shop running and all my ideas? And the good thing about it, I'm not from a rich family. You have money and all, and I came from in the hotel by with experience. But as you know, we don't have like high salary as well in the hotel. We just have a nice privilege and of course bonuses. Yeah, but we don't have really. And what pushed me how I will do it. Then it came to pandemic.
Right.
Yeah. The time I want to decide that I want to do something, it went to pandemic. Then the good thing about it is that time I have already my 2-year-old son and my wife's working and me I'm jobless. Yeah. And the funny thing is I love playing computer games.
Okay.
Oh, it's a win-win situation. I was like, oh, nice. I will be the house husband, and I will play games. I will play a Call of Duty at home, Warzone.
Yeah,
Do
and your wife is thinking, yeah, for 2 weeks. After that, get a job.
yeah,
Yeah,
get a
I could
job.
yeah. Maybe not that long.
And the thing is, like, I'm playing computer games,
Right.
and I need to upgrade my video card. And that time, video card is crazy. Way back 2020. And I was like, no, I cannot tap my wife. Can I have some money? I want to buy a video card.
Yeah, that would have been a flat no.
Yeah,
I'm
flat
getting.
note.
Yeah.
Then it is like I see a guy who's selling his video card online. I was like, you know what? I've seen a lot of barter during pandemic.
Sure.
I was like, can I have your video card in exchange of sushi?
Smart. Very smart. Okay.
Was like
Okay.
that time, not everyone can go out.
Okay. Okay.
Not everyone can go and buy sushi.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm gonna make for you sushi. Yeah, in exchange of this. I was like, no, I want as well with macaroni, salad.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Okay.
Okay, I was like, okay, let me make for macaroni salad.
I love how the bartering is happening here. Yeah.
Then I do barter. That's the way I discover that I can do business. Yeah, that pushed me through. Then I start selling online as well. You know that time where we're selling pandemic time, all foods online. I know it's not
Yeah.
legal, but I'm one of the guys who's selling food online during pandemic. I need to survive, and I found like wow, I can do it.
But it's amazing how that gave you the push. It's just that little thing that, you wanted something that was nothing to do with food, and then, the skill that you had, you were able to draw on. You were able to use that and that was the spark, I
Yeah,
guess. That was
actually,
the-
that's the thing. Whatever you do to start that's the hardest part. That's the hardest decision. How you gonna start it?
Yeah. Well,
You
this
know-
is the thing, isn't it? When is the best time to start? Now.
Now.
Just start.
Yeah.
When's the next best time?
Yeah, then now.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the good thing about it, I don't know what I'm doing. I started a business. No.
But you say that, but you have this grounding in working, and I guess maybe you didn't realize it or didn't, maybe utilize it fully at the time, but you have this grounding from the time that, you worked at Mira Group and you were opening restaurants. So actually, all the experience was there to draw on, wasn't it, I guess, in lots of ways.
Yes,
And-
it is.
And did that give you confidence?
Yeah, the thing is like, yeah, it adds some, but the thing is like, as a human being, you always are afraid of to do something else, and it's not part of my niche to open a business and to do to the next level. But what pushed me is what I'm gonna do next.
Right.
Yeah, but what I'm gonna do next, and so what happened is, so I'm just sharing that I'm a house husband, so I'm always cooking at home. Then I get fall in love much more in Filipino food because that time I'm the chef.
Well, that's your home food.
Yeah,
That's
that's our home
home-cooked
food.
food. That's your soul food, isn't
Then
it, I
I
guess?
get started to making dish at home, flipping it, innovating it. I was like, maybe this is my calling.
Right, okay.
Maybe, not maybe. This is my calling.
You knew.
Yeah, I knew.
Okay.
Yeah. And
The thing is, though, I mean, Chef, this is not. It's not just the financial side, is it? There's also the human cost of starting a business and the pressure that you've kind of put on your own shoulders there, because this has to work. It's your money going into this. It's your
Yeah.
blood, sweat, tears going into
true.
this. That's hard.
It's really hard.
Mm.
Like I assure you, Naimas, I'm the managing director. I'm with my business partners. There is Rex, one of my business partner, and Christian, and Kuya Al. Kuya is my older brother.
Right.
Yeah, we call it. Um, and yeah, we plan ahead. Like me, I am 100% sure that's gonna be open on the right time. But in reality, it's a lot of unforeseen, lot of hard works, lot of we can call it like short happenings that doesn't what you call it, that you cannot escape.
Mm.
That is really hard to. We don't have an answer to do it during the building of Naimas.
Right.
But as we go forward, what I realize, it's the best practice to the business is to adapt, patience, and that's what pushed me through. Like, what is there? There's any problem? There's always solution. Yeah.
But I mean, this is the thing I think for lots of entrepreneurs, business owners, people, starting this. It's that realization that, you can't run away from the problems. You have to face them, and if you face them, there is an answer, but you just have to find it.
Yes, true.
Yeah. Look, we've got about 3 or 4 minutes. I haven't asked you half of the questions that I kind of, planned to ask you. I wanted just one thing that I really want to know, and it's. I don't know. You know what? I'll leave it for another interview, because let me ask you about this. How when you started Namas and you're looking at making your name, building your brand, getting people to be aware of you. You've already said, I didn't really want to be like overly hyped. I want it to be organic. I want people to discover us. I want people to come in and tell their friends about it. How did you start doing that? Was it just a case of, I'm going to start, just let's go, let's do it?
When the people, I noticed all the my customers at Naimas who's coming by, they're pushing me. Chef, you need to be there. You need to show everyone what you're doing. You need to be on the airstream. You need to be on the media. You have to. And I've been in the media, like this interview, my first, I can still remember. I cannot even speak. I can't. Because it's not my niche.
But that's not a problem for you anymore, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. And the thing is, like, when people trust you, the business is built on trust.
Yes.
And with the customer, it's built on trust. It's not about you coming today, you're going to have your good food. But how you going to trust me that, okay, today the food is not that good. But you trust me that, next time you will do good food. Food is very subjective.
It is. That's very true.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have a feeling with my chef before. He told me that one of our customer have a confrontation with the wife, and the food now is bad.
Well, everybody has a bad day. That's fair. No, I get that. Let me just talk you through something here, okay? I was looking at your website last night, and I'm not even going to get to ask you about Lester, your barista. I'm a coffee fan, but the skills of the people that you work with are highlighted on the website. You characterize people. I think that's very important. Very important in a restaurant like yours. But I spent some time looking through some of the reviews that you've received on there. Lots of praise, lots of glowing paragraphs about the food, and that's fine. But there was one review that really stood out to me. And this was somebody who said, lady, who said, you've got the potential to earn a Michelin star. That was one of the
Yeah.
reviews. It's on your website. I'm sure you know which one it is. But I think that's really interesting. Is that the kind of recognition? What does recognition like that mean to you?
Yes, of course. That's my goal.
That is a goal.
All the business, like what I'm doing this, why I'm doing this. I'm not as we're not saying it's a direct that we want to do this. We want to be there on the top, but that's the mission.
But you'd like to get to that point where you're
Yeah.
like, no, this is I deserve this kind of recognition.
Yes.
Okay, got you. I was just interested in that. Being a chef is one thing. Running your own restaurant is something else entirely, and I'm sure you've learned that over time. Supply chain management, scaling operations, marketing, branding, paperwork, keeping up the health, the financial health of a culinary venture in a competitive food scene like Dubai is hard. Is there a secret to that? Do you think? Could you share a secret? We've only got about a minute left.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately.
There's no secret about it. Everything's open. Dubai is sharing everything. When Dubai share about sustainability, just follow through it. Like when the year started, January, this year, our government mentioned it's the year of community and sustainability. I follow through it.
Right.
I find ways how I will develop the product, how we develop the product at Naimas to be sustainable. And we find ways, and we create the hard works and what you call this, all the supply chain, how we gonna minimize wastage, and correct suppliers, correct foods. Everything is here in Dubai. You just follow it. And one more thing is just don't break the chain. When Dubai said about the supply chain, everything is visible.
Right.
Just follow it, and it's really effective.
I like that. Don't
Yeah.
break the chain. That's probably I don't know, nice pithy business advice. I think. All the best. I've really enjoyed talking to you, Chef. It's such a great story. There is so much passion. It's kind of oozing out of you, which is a nice thing to see, I think. Dabo Pamplona, Chef and MD of Naimas Cafe and Bistro. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah.
Thank you very much. This is Mira Business FM.